Alright, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. The link to the Discord will be in the description, so click that link and join. So, alright, this week I'm going to do the NFL Week 7 recap a little bit differently. I'm going to go shorter video instead of a live stream. Alright, so Thursday Night Football, we had the Broncos handling business against the New Orleans Saints. Spencer Rattler was starting quarterback. They were without Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. And it showed. They ended up getting smacked 33-10, if I ain't already say that. Sunday, early in the morning, they gave us a game we didn't want to see, with the London Jaguars handling business against the New England Patriots 32-16. The Jaguars would end up splitting their time there. They lost their first game against the Bears a week earlier. This week, they ended up beating rookie quarterback Drake May. The Buffalo Bills would go on to beat the Titans 34-10, and they trailed at one point 10-0. After that, the Titans could not score any more points. Amari Cooper, he scored his first TD as a Buffalo Bill. Bills doing their thing. The Bills keep going. In a game that we really didn't care to see either, we had the Colts winning an ugly, low-scoring game against the Miami Dolphins as Tyler Huntley, he left the game early with a shoulder injury. Tim Boyle ended up taking over. Clearly, it didn't help. And at this point, the Dolphins need to start tanking. Even if Tua returns for Week 8, there's not much they can do at this point. This whole AFC East division is really just Buffalo's to lose. And that's clear as day, because the Jets ain't finna do shit. Patriots ain't finna do shit. Miami ain't finna do shit. They might get to 500 or something if Tua come back and starts balling out. But otherwise, I doubt it. Also, I forgot to mention, this was Anthony Richards' return as a starting quarterback as well for the Colts. And they ended up winning on the same day that Dallas Clark, former Colt tight end, was inducted into the Colts Ring of Honor. I've noticed that with a lot of teams when they started doing this Ring of Honor stuff this year, usually the home team wins, like we saw with the Falcons. Moving on, we had the Detroit Lions giving the Vikings their first loss of the season. And the Lions had a comfortable lead for a while, but you know how the fourth quarter go. They got to make sure things are close, as NFL Red Zone would call it the witching hour. And at one point, the Vikings were leading after Montgomery fumbled the ball, and the Vikings defense returned for a touchdown. But unsung hero Jake Bates, UFL hero, Mr. 60-yard field goal kicker, had other plans as he would end up hitting the game-winning field goal for the Detroit Lions. The Vikings did get one more chance to score, and they ended up getting an untimed down due to an illegal formation where the wide receiver lined up behind the line of scrimmage. You should benefit from a penalty that your offense had committed. And on the sideline, Dan Campbell looked like he was finna blow a gasket. But it didn't matter because Darnold ended up getting sacked on the play, and the Lions were going to win and take the lead in the NFC North. Cincinnati Bengals ended up beating the Browns in a close game. And we all know Deshaun Watson left the game with a torn Achilles. He's out for the year. DTR replaced him. He would injure his finger. Then Jameis Winston would take over after that. And this is also the same game where Nick Chubb would make his return. Green Bay Packers and Houston Texans battled the two playoff contending teams. You had the Packers winning on a game-winning field goal. And this game was chippy from the start. It was a back-and-forth duel type of game. These are the type of games that I like to see. This had like more of a playoff game feel to it. Obviously, they ain't going to meet in the playoffs. But that's the type of vibe that I got from this game. Seattle Seahawks, they handled business against the Falcons. A lot of people were high on the Falcons after they went on this little hot streak. And people were low on the Seahawks after seeing how they performed against the Niners the week prior. And like I mentioned on the pregame pick'em show, this was one of those games that was going to be the Vegas trap. And sure as fuck, it was. Unfortunately, DK Metcalf got injured, had a knee injury in the game, but Seattle got the dub for this week. And they got the lead in NFC West. Philadelphia Eagles ended up winning 28-3, ironic, right after the Falcons game. They ended up winning 28-3 against the New York Giants. Daniel Jones, he's trash. He sucks. Ain't no script in the world gonna save that sorry motherfucker. And it was Saquon Barkley's return to MetLife Stadium where he balled out. You know, announcers said you couldn't script it any better than this. Well, you goddamn right you couldn't. And I mean, what you expect? The Giants are trash. Following up with more trash teams, or a trash team. Carolina Panthers got smacked up by the Washington Commanders 40-7. Jaden Daniels left the game early with a rib injury, but it didn't even matter. The game was over before halftime. So at this point, if you a Panthers fan, man, I just pack it up, man. Pack it up. But no, yeah, real quick, before I move on to the next game, I forgot, man. It's something about that Washington Commanders stadium, bro. The number of people that have gotten injured at that stadium is ridiculous. I want to say RG3 was one. Jaden Daniels, Alex Smith, Jonathan Allen. The list goes on of the number of people that have gotten injured in that stadium. There is something going on with that stadium, bro. I don't care what nobody say. With the exception of the Chiefs-Niners game, that 4 p.m. game slot was trash. The Raiders ended up losing to the Rams. Aiden O'Connell got hurt. Gardner Minshew had to go in the game. Both teams suck. Who cares? Then the main game on Sunday. Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco Niners in the Super Bowl rematch. Well, the Chiefs kept on winning. The Niners, they had a whole slew of injuries. They're talking about like damn near their whole wide receiving core is injured. They got bit by the injury bug so bad. It is unreal how many injuries they have. Deebo Samuel, who had pneumonia, fluid in his lungs. They announced this right before the game. Know about McCaffrey. Brandon Ayuk, he's out for the season now. Jawan Jennings injured. This is a bad time to be a Niners fan if you a Niners fan. Like we seeing Brock Purdy without all the toys and all the Avengers and all the weapons. This is exactly what you get. And when they pay this man, it's gonna be like this a lot. So get used to seeing this. As for that Niners defense, it looked like they was playing two-hand touch with Patrick Mahomes. Especially that 33-yard run. This man was jogging down the sideline. There was like 5 defenders who could have easily hit him at different points in time. Not one of them act like they wanted to hit this man. It's like they got that call from Goodell, like, hey, don't you touch the money. Don't you fuck up the face of the league now. And then the other play where you had Patrick Mahomes trucking a defender. I know Patrick Dad by Mahomes is not out here trucking dudes. Because you know goddamn well this man can't truck nobody like that. But anyway, the Chiefs ended up winning the game. And an Andy Reid-led team got another win, fresh off a bye week. Then you had Sunday Night Football. The New York Jets with a newly acquired wide receiver that they didn't really need in Devontae Adams going against a Russell Wilson-led Pittsburgh Steelers. And man, oh man, it was like I said. Told you niggas about this shit. The New York Jets wasn't finna do shit. They suck. They have so many problems that are getting a new wide receiver that you didn't need can't fix. At this point, Aaron Rodgers needed to retire. And for once, he actually kind of took accountability, which I'm surprised by that. The season is over for the Jets. I don't give a fuck if they go on a 3-game winning streak. Their season's still over to me. I don't give a shit. As for the Steelers, their offense has been humming the last couple weeks. Granted, they've been playing, the Raiders and the Jets, so I ain't really saying much. But they doing their thing offensively. Russell Wilson, he had a pretty good game. And now they got to stir up that quarterback controversy for the Steelers with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Because they both getting wins now. It's all just a matter of who's going to really be the starter. Essentially for the rest of the season unless somebody get hurt. And the more that I think about it, I just realized that Future got more head-to-head wins against Russell Wilson than Aaron Rodgers does. That's sad as hell. Nigga don't even play football. And then we had Monday Night Football. We had the Ravens beating the Buccaneers 41-31. Lamar Jackson had 5 touchdown passes. Say it again. 5 touchdown passes. Doing his thing, handling business. Mark Andrews become the Ravens' all-time leader in receiving touchdowns with 42. They go that 42 again. But yeah, this game was pretty much over for the most part. Derrick Henry was an unstoppable force in the second half, especially. First half, they really wouldn't give him the ball. And Mike Evans went down in the second quarter with a hamstring injury. And at that point, it was a sign you knew this game was over with. And then later in the game, Chris Godwin went down with an injury. And now he's going to require season-ending surgery on a dislocated ankle. So those are Baker's 2 top weapons right there. Mind you, they have to play the Falcons the very next week. And we know how the first game against the Falcons went. Yeah, it ain't looking too good for Tampa right now. Who knows, they might turn it around against Atlanta. Might be a Vegas trap. But as of right now, shit ain't looking too hot. And as for the Ravens, that's their 5th straight win. Then the final game of Week 7, you had the LA Chargers against the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a game the Chargers basically just gave to the Cardinals. Whether it be offensively not converting touchdowns when they needed to. And late in the game when they just said, you know what, I don't want to tackle James Conner. I'm going to just let him scamper for 40, 50 yards off of a very short pass. And then from there, it was a game and a field goal for the Cardinals. They are now second in the NFC West. The NFC West weak as hell, by the way. And before I wrap this up, we got to get to the standings real quick. AFC East, you got the Bills at top at 5-2. Second place, the Dolphins at 2-4. That, like I said, that division is theirs to lose. AFC North, it's a race between the Steelers and the Ravens at 5-2. Bengals at 3-4. They're gonna have to get hot to contend. Cleveland done. They need to pack it up. AFC South, you got Houston at 5-2, and then right behind them, the Colts at 4-3. So, like I said, that division going down to them two teams, Jacksonville, Tennessee, pack it up. It's over with. AFC West, you got the Chiefs sitting at 6-0. Broncos 4-3, and the Chargers at 3-3. Raiders, pack it up. It's over with. Chargers, they're gonna have to stop losing these games that they should be winning. That's one thing they really need to do if they have any chance of making the playoffs. NFC East, atop you got the Washington Commanders at 5-2, the Eagles at 4-2, and the Cowboys at 3-3. Giants, you suck. Pack it up. NFC North, you got the Lions at 5-1, Vikings at 5-1, Packers at 5-2, and the Bears at 4-2. That's gonna be a very interesting division race. NFC South, you got the Falcons at 4-3, Tampa 4-3. They play next week. New Orleans Saints 2-5. Pack it up. It's over with. Carolina Panthers 1-6. Pack it up for real. It's been over with. In the NFC West, you got the Seahawks at 4-3, Cardinals at 3-4, Niners in third place at 3-4, Rams at 2-4. Rams pack it up too. So yeah, that's been the Week 7 recap. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Again, the Discord link is below. Thank you for watching. We out.